how to spot flags in relationships. Now, we've all heard of red flags. These are really bad things that we want to make sure we're aware of in our partners or in our close relationships. Just like if you're driving down the street and you see a red stoplight or a red sign, red means stop. If there are red flags in your relationship, then you need to get out of that relationship. What is a red flag? Something that's morally wrong, like lying, cheating, stealing, abuse of any kind, right? Red flags, red means stop, avoid, get out of it. Now, we've heard a lot about red flags, but there are other types of flags that we also need to watch for, okay? One of those is a green flag. Just like red means stop when you're driving, green means go. If you see a green flag, that's a good sign. So what does a green flag look like? It's things that are good. You see your partner or your loved one, you see them serving, you see them helping, you see them being honest, you see them sacrifice, you see them working extra for you or for your kids. That is a green flag, and you want people with green flags. Too often we look solely for red flags, and when one red flag pops up, we decide that person's no good. We need to also be aware of and look for green flags in our relationships. So we have red flags, stop. Green means go. Orange flags are another kind of flag to look out for. If you're driving down the street and you see orange, what does that mean? Orange means they're working on it. Okay, you see the guys wearing orange vests, orange hard hats, orange cones. That means construction is going on. Okay, same thing in our relationships. You see some people have red flags, green flags. Orange flags are things that aren't good, but they're working on it, okay? So for example, let's say that they're an alcoholic and they struggle with the drink, but they're going to a support group, okay? Alcoholism can be a red flag, but if they're working on it, it's an orange flag. Now the thing about orange flags, okay, you have some fault that you're trying to improve on. Orange flags don't stay orange for long. They either turn into a green flag because they've overcome it, they're a lot better, the road is all new, right? They're a better new person because of what they've overcome. Or they give up, they slip into old habits, and they become red flags. So if you see someone with a problem, you've got to look at it and say, okay, is this an orange flag or a red flag? If it's an orange flag, then it could very well become a green flag. So that's another flag to be aware of. Our last flag to be aware of is our yellow flag. Now, I don't have a yellow marker, so that's pink, but pretend it's yellow, okay? When you drive down the street and you see yellow, what does that mean? Yellow means caution, okay? So yellow light comes on, you can either gun it and try to beat it, or you slow up and you stop, okay? It can go kind of either way. Yellow flags are things that aren't wrong, they're not morally wrong, but they could be bad for a relationship, okay? So up here, if your partner is stealing, cheating, right, that's bad. If your partner loves cats and just has a cat-shaped couch and just loves cats, some people are really into that, and that might be awesome. That might be something you gun for. Other people, they might not share that enthusiasm, and that would be a stop, right? So yellow flags are kind of the quirky things that aren't wrong with someone, but they may not fit you, okay? Maybe you love rock and roll and love going to concerts, and they love classical and going to the opera, okay? Nothing wrong with either of those, but it might be a rough relationship if you have totally different interests, right? Another example, there's this guy who was dating a girl, and she was adamant that when they get married, they live next to her parents. Nothing wrong with that. She wanted to be there to help support him, but the guy was not about that. So they ended up breaking up. She married someone else. He married someone else. They ended up living right next to her parents' house because her husband was totally fine with that. That's a yellow flag, right? So when you're looking at a relationship, it's important to look for red flags for sure. But in addition to that, you got to look for green, orange, and yellow flags. Now, the question a lot of people ask, well, I see combinations of all of them, right? If I see a red flag and green flag, well, what am I supposed to do? Do I go for it? Or do I stop? The key is in the pattern. What's going to happen over time? If you have green, 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 red, you had a bad day, something bad happened, right? Green, 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 green. Okay, depending on how severe this is. I mean, if it's really bad, then probably need to get out anyway. But if it's something minor, then don't forget to look at all the good in them, all the good reasons that make your relationship so wonderful. Now, if you have green, 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 red, green, 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 red, green, 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 red, you can see that it's a pattern. And if it's a pattern, that's probably a good sign that that's not a healthy relationship to be in as well. So anyway, that is how to spot flags in a relationship. Definitely look for the red flags, but to be able to distinguish a red flag from an orange flag and a yellow flag, and definitely make sure you look for the green flags as well.